He is from Chris Law's Penn State University, and he is a Cincinnati Bengal defensive lineman who captured the hearts and minds of this nation along with his beautiful daughter, Leah, last season in her battle for health, diagnosed with stage 4 pediatric cancer back in June of 2014. He is Devon Still joining me here on The Rich Eisen Show. How are you, Devon?
I'm doing good, Rich. How are you?
I am doing fine. Let's start with, first and foremost, how your daughter is doing.
She's doing a lot better. The doctors let us know that she should be able to go home early next week, so we're definitely looking forward to her finally being able to get out the hospital because she's been in there for about 48 days now. So I think it's about time she gets out.
How are her spirits, Devon?
They're good. I mean, her stem cell transplant was it was a pretty rough treatment just because of the complications she had with the VOD. But, I mean, she's fought like she's done since she's been diagnosed, and she was able to bounce back from that.
Yeah, you're talking about the news that we heard in May that Leah was diagnosed with VOD, veno-occlusive disease, as a result of the stem cell transplant that she underwent. What was that like for you and her?
It was scary. I know for my whole family it was scary for the simple fact that since last year, June 2nd, when my daughter was diagnosed, we were scared about her being able to live out her life from the cancer. And when she beat that, we was all able to take a deep breath and know that we didn't have to worry about her fighting for her life no more. And then when she was diagnosed with VOD, which is a pretty serious disease, especially if you don't catch it too early, we definitely was on our toes then because we was then again fighting for my daughter's life. But the doctors were able to catch it early, and the medicine that they gave her was able to counteract what the VOD was trying to do.
And so you are heading to the hospital today to see her.
Yeah.
And so you do expect her to still be in the hospital over the weekend, Devon?
Yes, I do. They came in and said that it should be early next week, so maybe Monday or Tuesday, depending on if she's able to hold down her fees, she should be able to get out the hospital.
I'm on the phone with Devon Still, Bengals defensive tackle, joining me here on The Rich Eisen Show. So walk me through what you think Father's Day is going to be like for you, Devon.
I just think it's going to be a special moment. I don't think it's going to be different than any other day out of the year because unlike any other Father's Day, I want to appreciate my daughter's day. I want to take this time to thank my daughter for turning me into the father I am today, because without her, I don't think that I would have grown as much as I have. And just watching her over this past year, seeing how she didn't let this cancer get the best of her, definitely put life into perspective for me. And she's made more of a change on me than I could ever do on her.
So how has your view of fatherhood changed throughout this process then for you?
As far as what fatherhood is to me, I feel like it's remained the same since my daughter was born because I had a father in my life that taught me what it was meant to be a father. That's basically just being there to support your kids as much as possible and letting them know that they come first. So I'm just going to continue to do what I've been doing since she was born.
And yet I can't imagine just even looking at any player in the NFL with a child because of how often you have to be at the facility and how often you must be on the road and how often you have to continue to train. It's difficult enough, let alone to have now a 5-year-old daughter battling for her health. Devon, how have you been able to balance all of this?
Last year I really wasn't able to balance it. I was doing everything that I could do for my daughter, whether I was out here in Cincinnati or not, just traveling back and forth to be by her side. So it was definitely hard to try to balance being a father, being a football player. But with the differences that's been happening over these past couple of months with my daughter going into remission, I've been able to be by her side because it's during the off season. And also I've been able to focus on football a lot more with the family and friend support that we've had.
Devon Still joining me here on The Rich Eisen Show. And the support that you've received also from the NFL community, I think, was something that everyone was talking about, whether it was the Patriots cheerleaders putting on your jersey when you played them last year, and also with the New Orleans Saints, Sean Payton. He went ahead and bought a bunch of your jerseys as well. What has that meant to you and your daughter, Devon?
Last year it was special, not as far as what production on the football field, but just seeing how my daughter's strength was able to, capture the hearts of so many people from all over the country, and to see how it brought teams in the NFL together as one and brought basically the country together as one, fighting for a common cause of trying to raise awareness for pediatric cancer. It was definitely something that I didn't expect, and that I'm glad came out of my daughter's battle with cancer.
And how has all of this affected your playing ability, Devon? Because, from all intents and purposes, the articles that I'm reading coming out of Cincinnati is that you might be fighting for your roster spot in Cincinnati right now. Is that would you agree with that assessment for your current status with the Bengals?
I believe so. I think that what was going on with my daughter definitely hindered my play on the football field. But like I said, since this off season has started, I've been training hard. I'm down 20 pounds from last season, and I've just been able to focus on football a lot more. And, the odds may be against me right now, but just like my daughter treated cancer when the odds were against her, she can continue to fight. She didn't worry about the numbers the doctor was giving her. She just did what she had to do, and that's the approach I'm going to take on this football field.
And you've been training in Philadelphia as well?
Yes, I have.
Where have
Yes.
you been doing that?
I've been doing it at Temple. I've been doing my conditioning at Temple, and I hired a personal trainer in Philadelphia just so that I'm able to work out around my daughter's schedule in the hospital.
And the head coach at Temple, Matt Roll, has got a Penn State pedigree, does he not? Right, Devon?
Oh, yeah, he does. A lot of people in that Temple building come from Penn State. The strength coach comes from Penn State when I was there, and also the defensive line coach was a GA at Penn State when I was there. So they have a lot of Penn State in that building.
I guess that's what they mean when they say we are, right, Devon?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I noticed, obviously, that you and your daughter are going to receive the Jimmy V Perseverance Award at the ESPYs coming up in July. That is exactly the award that Stuart Scott won last year. What does that mean to you to be so honored with your daughter, Devon?
It means a lot for the simple fact that the people who won that award previously, like you said, Stuart Scott, and all he's done to raise awareness for cancer. What me and my daughter are most excited about is not the actual award itself, because I would give back that award in a heartbeat in order for my daughter to have her normal health back. But it's just the platform that Jimmy V and the ESPYs created to try to continue to raise awareness for pediatric cancer.
And so Father's Day, I'm sure you're going to have a nice moment with your daughter. You deserve it. Enjoy it, soak it in, and then I hope you get that gift that you're expecting, that you get her out of that hospital next week.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Rich.
You bet. And I know you are going to have a lot of people pulling on you when you come out here in Los Angeles for your time. If you want to come in and stop in, I'd love to have you and your daughter here just to say hey.
Oh, yeah, we can definitely do that.
I'd love that. Devon, enjoy it. Happy Father's Day to you.
All right, thank you.
And send our best to your daughter.
All right, I will.
You bet. That's Devon Still.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern. On Audience.